We have gotten kind of an update on a particular topic that we've been talking about for quite a while. I am extremely excited about it because now I can kind of be vocal a little bit about what's going on. So if you guys know of a little game called Under Night in Birth, Uniclair is one of my favorite fighting games of all time. I absolutely love it. The only thing that's really holding me back from playing the game is two things: not enough people playing it, and the netcode is absolutely atrocious. So freaking bad. But there's been talk about Rollback being added to the game. I think it was one of the developers, Koefficient. He actually came out and he said, "Oh, we are actually working on it, and we're slowly but surely trying to figure out how to implement Rollback." Well, recently he streamed again from one of his recent streams, and of course one of the translators had to go in there and translate for us. But basically he said, "Hey, we're working on it. It's really, really freaking hard. It's really hard to implement this Rollback onto the game." And he says he's really motivated to try and get it to work because he wants to play people overseas. And with Rollback, you can do that, at least if it's, properly implemented. Koefficient, the main battle planner for Under Night, stated that French Bread, which is the company that created Under Night, plans to add Rollback to the game, although the process is difficult, progressing slowly, and in need of Arc system for Rollback. Now, what do they mean by in need of Arc system for Rollback? Well, let's go ahead and get into the details. Go into Reddit super quick because I would like to go over it just a smidge, if you know what I mean. First things first, he goes ahead and he straight up, the one who made this post, straight up says, "Hey, I might have gotten a few things wrong, so before we actually get all hyped up about this, let's actually leave it to somebody that actually will translate what he might be saying, because some things might be blown out of proportion when it shouldn't have." I said, okay, I'm not gonna say anything until we got a translator on the scene, and he said, "Hey, I took a quick look at what I got. Koefficient says he really wants Rollback so he could fight overseas players." Bam. Battle Planner wants it. He's working on it. French Bread themselves are working on it very slowly, but it's really hard. Basically what I stated earlier. Sending your messages and requests to Arc system could potentially help speed up development. FB, French Bread, is working on Rollback, but right now they're not confident they can pull it off on their own. To quote Koefficient, "If you send your requests to ArcSys, I'm sure they'll listen." Here's what this whole thing means. So if you guys don't know, French Bread is an incredibly small team. What they're basically saying is like, man, this is freaking hard as hell to be able to implement this Rollback because, they already made the game. The game has been out for a long time. It was basically made for arcades at first, but now we're trying to kind of restructure a whole bunch of stuff so we can accommodate some Rollback. And they can't do it by themselves. They need a little bit of help. So here is what I'm doing right now. I'm going to send feedback or send a message to Arc System. I think it's a great idea to be able to help out French Bread in whatever you can to be able to implement or make this happen. We already are seeing something like this happen with Guilty Gear Accent Core, which is a Steam, well, they're only doing it for Steam, which is totally fine. If they are able to help out French Bread in whatever way they can, seriously. Under Night is an extremely, extremely fascinating and amazing game. This game absolutely deserves to have Rollback netcode. Because the developers are expressing a lot of interest in Rollback, I think a little pat in the back or a little shove would be pretty awesome from Arc System to be able to make this work, or at least put the foot in the door to be able to make this work or make this a reality. That would be awesome. We made so much noise with Rollback with Guilty Gear Strive. If we make enough noise for Under Night and possibly even other games, they could definitely be able to, divvy out some work to some fan-made teams. To some fan teams that can implement the Rollback, but then Arc System can kind of just partner up with them and make it happen. If we scroll through a little bit more, they basically start to go into like how the GGPO Plus R, which was the fan project for Plus R that's coming out, and then Arc System stepped in. They said, okay, let's collaborate and let's bring this out for the Steam version. They also mention something else as well, making a crowdfunding for Rollback and Uni, and I think there's some difficulties with Japan having crowdfunding and stuff. I'm not sure how that works, but I think the best thing right now is just to raise awareness and also to raise appeal. So if you want to have rollback, of course, it would be really nice if Arc System would be able to do it. Yeah, hope contacting Arc System will help. I just hit the Arc System contact and nicely asked and asked nicely for uni rollback. Exactly. That's what you basically have to do. Just raise awareness, just raise some interest in having rollback in uni. Because if there is rollback in uni, if I get rollback in uni and I go on Steam and I'm able to freaking play with people in freaking Europe or in South America or whatever, I will cry. I will cry, man, because I play Yuzu. You have any idea how much execution Yuzu takes? You have any idea how hard it is to play Yuzu in bad netcode? But I want you to realize that if it ever happens, it's not something that is just overnight. Bam, just like that. This will take time. It's hard. It's not easy. So I'm patient. And of course, yeah, the whole thing with the pandemic is not helping either, of course. I'm patient, though. I will do my due diligence and wait patiently here. But I will do my due diligence. That would be amazing. Just wanted to bring that up and get some awareness going for that. The director of uni just said, stop sending messages to Arc System about rollback. We'll make it ourselves. Oh, man. So they got the message real quick then, huh? French Bread is like, oh, my God. The response has been so crazy that, yeah, we'll just stay dedicated and make it. Damn, dude. Hey, man. We want our rollback. I'm just saying, man. All right. We won't send any more message. Hold your fire. I think they got the message. So I hope that they basically like make it and they make it right. Of course, they can take their time. As much I'm patient, like I said, I just want it badly. So good stuff, guys.